I've been visiting Busch Gardens Tampa for quite some time now, and I have a pretty good feel for all the rides at the park. So for today's video, let's count down the top 10 best rides at Busch Gardens Tampa as of 2022. Coming in hot at the number 10 spot, we have the Stanley Falls Flume. This is a nice little log flume located in the Stanleyville section of the park. It's got two drops, one that is 43 feet tall, the other a little smaller. In terms of log flumes, this is definitely one of the weaker ones out of the other log flumes I've ridden, especially in Florida, where its only other real competition is Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls at Islands of Adventure and Splash Mountain at Disney's Magic Kingdom. Stanley Falls is one of the older attractions at Busch Gardens Tampa, opening in June of 1973. Currently, the attraction is closed for temporary maintenance and is expected to reopen sometime in March of 2022. Next up at number 9, we have Falcons Fury. This is one of the world's tallest freestanding drop towers, and you definitely feel that height once you're up there at its highest point. Now, unlike most drop towers that take you up and then drop you down, Falcons Fury does just that, but with a small little twist. Once you make it to the top of the structure, your seat will rotate, facing straight down at the ground. Then you drop, 60 miles per hour heading straight for the hard pavement beneath you until thankfully those brakes kick in and your seats immediately rotate back into their normal position before touching the ground once again. You don't necessarily get any airtime, but it's more of that feeling you get on Manta's Pretzel Loop at SeaWorld, where you are just forced back into your seat. Falcons Fury is without a doubt the scariest ride in the entire park. So you might be thinking, why is it at the number 9 spot? What you just described sounded awesome. Yes, but here's the thing. When ranking rides and theme parks in general, I look for that overall experience factor. I find myself enjoying other attractions in the park more than this one. After all, Falcons Fury is just a glorified drop tower. It's a really short ride, but a thrilling one at least. For number 8, it's Scorpion, the oldest operating coaster in the park. This Schwarzkopf looper is definitely showing its age. It is on the rougher side when compared to the park's other roller coasters, and it is an intense ride. Scorpion stands not too tall at only 61 feet, hitting a maximum speed of 41 miles per hour while traversing a 40-foot tall vertical loop. Honestly, the loop isn't even the craziest part of this ride. It's actually that insane triple helix towards the end of the coaster's layout, which, just like Falcons Fury, slams you into the back of your seat, pretty much always causing me to gray out every time I ride this thrilling attraction. Number 7 is going to be Cobras Curse, the Mach family spinning coaster located in the Egypt section of the park. This ride opened in 2016, so it's one of the newer rides on this list. Cobras Curse is the most themed attraction in the entire park. It's pretty impressive for a SeaWorld coaster. While most of the theming does take place in the queue line, station, and start of the ride, there are some bits and pieces sprinkled in here and there throughout the ride's medium-sized layout. Also, it should be known that Cobras Curse is a very unique ride. It starts with an elevator-style lift, which is a rare element not too many coasters can claim. The ride is split into 3 sections. The first portion is like a normal roller coaster, speeding along the track at a mild speed. Remember, this is classified as a family coaster. The second part of the ride has the roller coaster trains rotate backwards, and then the third portion of the attraction has the ride vehicles spin out of control. Cobras Curse is a great all-around attraction and easily one of the best overall experiences in the entire park. However, sometimes a coaster's physical layout can overtake that experience factor for me, which is what we'll see here with number 6. That's right, it's Montu, the B&M inverted roller coaster. 150 feet tall, 60 miles per hour, 7 inversions, nearly 4,000 feet of track, this ride has got some good stats going for it. The ride also has some nice elements to go along with these impressive numbers. 2 vertical loops, an Immelman, 0 G-roll, batwing, and a corkscrew to round out this coaster's epic collection of inversions. You might be wondering, why on earth are you putting Montu at number 6 on this list? Well, I like certain types of roller coasters more than others, and honestly, B&M inverts don't really do it for me. I look for airtime, launches, and theming in a coaster, and Montu doesn't really have any of that apart from some nice architecture around the queue line. Montu is intense, packed with positive G's, and those are just not for me. At the number 5 spot, we have Kumba, the other old school B&M looper. This ride has got some similar stats to Montu, including very similar elements, just this time you're riding on top of the track rather than below it. Kumba surprisingly holds up really well for its age. It's honestly one of the smoother coasters in the entire park. I like Kumba a little bit more than Montu because I just find this coaster's layout to be a bit more unique and suited towards an overall more comfortable ride experience. That Cobra roll is also one of, if not the smoothest Cobra rolls of all time. And finally, I can't talk about Kumba without talking about Kumba night rides. Easily the biggest difference in ride quality throughout the day and night. Number 4 is Shikra, the B&M dive coaster. We are just hitting these B&Ms back to back, ending off with a bang here on Shikra. Y'all know this by now, I love airtime. Shikra delivers in that category, especially with its 2 extremely impressive vertical drops. Also, the physical setting around this ride is honestly one of the best looking in the whole park. With the ride's second drop entering a large tunnel, those cool water effects, I can go on and on about why Shikra is quite possibly the best looking coaster at Busch Gardens Tampa. But in terms of the ride experience, it's pretty solid. It has gotten a little rougher over the years, and the park knows that. They are currently retracking portions of the ride right now to help fix that issue in the long run. Taking the bronze trophy, we have Tigris, the 2019 Premier Rides Skyrocket 2. While this ride is a clone of many other roller coasters located throughout the United States, it's a good clone. The airtime is some of the best in the park in the front and back rows, the launches are intense, the inversions provide crazy amounts of hang time. Tigris almost has the whole package. All it's missing for me personally is that little spice of good theming. While I do appreciate the amazing soundtrack that plays in the station, some rock work around the area really would have elevated this ride to a top tier theme park attraction. But as of now, it's sitting comfortably right behind Cheetah Hunt. Yes sir, the fantastic Intamin Blitz located in the front of the park. 3 launches, 60 miles per hour, 1 inversion. This is a pretty solid attraction. The airtime is surprisingly good for a quote-unquote family coaster. However, these rides' restraints are just not it. I love this ride. It's like a 9 out of 10 ride for this park, and if Busch Gardens updated these trains, changing the restraint system to Velocicoasters or Pantheons, then this would easily become a 10 out of 10 ride for this park. For the ride's layout itself though, it's honestly pretty relaxing for a coaster of this size. I can't really pick a favorite part of the ride. The launches are all pretty nice, the hill going into the tower, the drop coming off of the tower, that last big airtime hill. I mean, all the elements are just pretty solid and work really well together. And coming in at the number 1 spot for the best ride at Busch Gardens Tampa in 2022 is obviously Iron Gwasi. For this ride, I'll go much more in depth than the others on this list. Guys, this is a phenomenal roller coaster. Busch Gardens and Rocky Mountain Construction really outdid themselves with this one. I've been on a handful of RMC roller coasters, and honestly, Iron Gwasi is different. It's not my favorite RMC, maybe not even in the top 2, but this thing packs a punch. I don't know what it is with Busch Gardens Tampa and wanting to make their rides literally black you out, put you in a coma, whatever. Iron Gwasi is intense. The airtime is great, but the intensity is really what makes this RMC different from the rest. So there we have it guys, my top 10 favorite rides at Busch Gardens Tampa. What did you guys think of the list? I know many of you have differing opinions and I would really like to see them down in the comments below, as I love to interact with you guys. Oh, and make sure to subscribe with those post notifications on so you don't miss out on any other videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll be sure to see you guys out on the horizon. The theme park horizons.